Hi everybody, in this section we're going to get our first taste of calculus and talk about what the derivative of a function is. There's a lot going on here, so buckle up and get ready to take some notes and possibly replay a few sections. So we're going to start this particular one with a graph. So let's hop on and do that. So we've got this graph here. And it's actually, we're going to end with that one. We got this graph here. We've got a red parabola and this purple line. Don't pay no attention to what's going on over here. Don't you worry about that. What you really want to worry about is going on over here. This red curve, of course, is a parabola. It's generated by this function up here, but that's neither here nor there. And what we've got here is a blue line that intersects the red curve at exactly 1 point. If you remember your geometry well, that is a tangent line. A tangent line intersects a curve, specifically a circle, at exactly 1 point. Now, what is the slope of this tangent line? Well, the problem is with that is we only have 1 point on this red curve. So we can't really find the slope between through 1 point. We actually need 2 points to develop a slope. So we're going to add a second point, and we're going to add a line through that second point. And we're going to estimate this blue line using this green line. So now that it is through 2 points of this red curve, we know it as a secant line. A secant line goes through 2 points. And we're going to use this green secant line to estimate this tangent line. How can I get this green line to be closer to this blue line? Well, I got these 2 points. What can I do to this point up here? I hope that you're going to think that I can drag this point closer here. And the closer I get to that 1 point, I'm going to get closer to the blue line. In fact, if I can see, here's the problem. The green line disappears when I lay 1 point on the other, right? Because now I'm drawing a line through 1 point, which doesn't really exist. So how can I get my secant line to estimate my tangent line? It is dragging 1 point onto another. So where do limits and all that fun stuff fit into this? Well, I'll show you. So if you can remember what we just talked about with the secant line and the tangent line. Here's what was going on with the secant line. Okay? So this green secant line, we said is going to estimate the tangent line, which will make a little more sense in a few minutes. So we had 2 points on the curve. The first point was some x value and some output value, so that's where f of x comes in. And then we had a second point over here, so if we add some value called h to x, we get x plus h. So x is here, h is this distance, this point right here is x plus h. So now this point right here has the x coordinate x plus h, the output, the function value f of x plus h. And what we established was that we could draw a line through these 2 points. And in fact, you can calculate the slope of the line that passes through these 2 points by applying the slope formula. Here is x2, y2, and here is x1, y1. So go back to your Algebra 1 days. Slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it is this thing minus this thing over x plus h minus x, right? X plus h minus x, x minus x. And that's why it's just h on the bottom. This horizontal distance is the run. This messy looking thing is the rise. And so this whole thing is the slope of the secant line. So, where does that leave us? Well, remember, in the early parts of this video, we took this point and dragged it down towards this thing in order to make this secant line into a tangent line. So, how can we take this point and drag it onto this point? Well, we can take the limit as h goes to 0. And if we do that, if we take the limit of this thing as h goes to 0, we turn the secant into a tangent line. So this funky looking thing defines the slope of the tangent line of any function. Well, so what? Let's spend the next couple of minutes investigating what that means with one particular function and talk about what it means in the grand scheme of. So let's take a look at what that means in the context of a single problem. We want to find the slope of a tangent line at this point on this graph. So before we dive into the algebra in this, let's look at what it means picture-wise. So what we want to do is we want to take this x plus 5, right? And we want to find the slope of the tangent line through that point on the graph. So we at the end of the day, we want the slope of this green line. Now we can count boxes here. Spoiler alert, the slope of this green line looks a lot like down 4 and over 1. The answer is -4. Great. Let's figure out how to do that and give some meaning behind it. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply this big old limit to this function. So I'm going to pause the video and write it all out so as to not waste too much more time. So here's what we have after we apply the definition of the... So after we got that, we took f, we plugged x plus h in, we put the h down here, all that stuff. So let's look at it in the context of this problem. So we took f and we stuck x plus h in for x. So that's right here. X plus h. And then put it all over h. So this is f of x plus h minus f of x. Expand this thing. So x plus h squared is this thing. Plus h squared. Plus 5, of course, and then remember to distribute this negative sign to this thing. And now it's off to the races with simplifying. Because at the end of the day, remember, going back to limits, we try direct substitution, we get a 0 on the bottom and everything blows up. So we want to try to really simplify the heck out of this. So the limit as h goes to 0, hopefully some of you noticed this little weird thing, by the way. We'll come back to that in a minute. So simplifying what we have, x squared minus x squared is gone. Then plus 5 and minus 5 is gone. So all we have is 2xh plus h squared over h. Maybe you're seeing a common h in the numerator here. And the reason that that's nice is you can pull it out, divide out that common h. Now we have the limit as h goes to 0 of this new mystery function 2x plus h. Give some meaning to that. Direct substitution, 0 in for h, and we get 2x. What is that 2x? That 2x is this mystery notation here. So f prime of x is equal to 2x. What is that thing? That is called the derivative of a function. And the derivative of a function is one of the primary topics of study in calculus. You'll do a lot of that next year. What does the derivative tell you? The derivative tells you slopes of tangent lines. So let's evaluate the derivative at -2. So 2 times -2. is -4. -4 is the slope of the tangent line at -2, 9. And derivatives tell you slopes of tangent lines. Anytime you need the slope of a tangent line, you need the derivative. In the next couple of videos, we're going to look at a couple more examples of derivatives and what you can do with them. But let's just summarize real quick. The definition of a derivative is a new function we're going to call f prime. That new function is found by using the limit definition, where you plug x plus h into the original function, subtract from it the original function, I'll put it over h. This thing was derived, here's the derivative, derived. This thing was derived from the slope of a secant line. And then as h goes to 0, the secant becomes a tangent. Hooray, math! Love it.